All right, so today we have a cartridge here that this one actually is okay, but the cold side I just did a few minutes ago is leaking out the stem. A lot of these ceramic disc cartridges that are made out of brass, they'll end up leaking on the stem where this O-ring goes bad. Whenever you turn this cartridge, there's an O-ring on that stem and those will wear out. So I'm going to go ahead and do this second one, and I thought I'd go ahead and make a video on it. Now, you can replace the cartridge. I didn't have one on me, and as far as that, the cartridge itself isn't bad. It's just the stem O-ring. So let's go ahead and get into this. Got a clean paper towel here. We're going to put our pieces on it. Now this cartridge is actually reversible. You can actually reverse this cartridge depending on which way you put this. Most of these cartridges you're going to pull out are not reversible. We're going to gently pull out this rubber seal. Here. I had a faucet the other day. We couldn't find the manufacturer, we couldn't find the cartridge, and we ended up just pulling it apart and doing this to it, just replacing the O-ring on the stem. So we're just going to work this out gently. Note direction of any parts as you go. And I like to pull these ceramic discs apart as a unit and don't separate them. If you get any crud in there, you can compromise that. So here's our stem. This is the O-ring that will tend to go bad. This one looks good because this one actually is good. Now a lot of these will actually have two O-rings. This is a Kohler. This has only one O-ring. So we're just going to get a little O-ring pick here. Actually, I'm not going to get an O-ring pick because I'll have to lift this cover. So we're going to grab it off. When in doubt, whether you have an O-ring that fits, I have a couple kits here, so I have tons of different O-rings. When in doubt, take the O-ring off gently so you could always reuse it just in case. Because having a drippy stem is one thing, but the customer not being able to use their faucet is another. We've cleaned that little channel out. Pulled our old O-ring out. I've got one right here, exact same size. And we're just going to slip it back on. An O-ring pick works real well. You don't want to damage it. I don't have one right now. It's locked under my cover on this toolbox. Now we're just going to grease it up real good. And we're going to gently insert it back in the cartridge housing. Beautiful. Now we are going to get this thing assembled in the same order it was. And as you can see, it's got little notches on the ceramic piece. The part that doesn't move is going to have little notches, and align them with the little channels in here. So we'll get it gently in place. That one actually just dropped right in, and sometimes they don't do that. All right, we got everything mated together. See, it's in the notch there. And of course, this cartridge is just going to spin until we put the stop on it. And we're going to get our seal back in place. Oh, it's going to be a pain. There we go. Now, if you have a reversible cartridge, just note the direction you need to be. I need to be on clockwise direction, off counterclockwise, so that is right for me. And we'll put our little clip back on. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate how you can fix a lot of these cartridges. If it's a decent quality cartridge and it's made out of decent quality brass, there's absolutely no reason not to replace the stem O-ring unless it's just completely corroded and falling apart and you don't have any good material to work with. You always have the chance, though, when you take these apart, if you get some crud on this ceramic disc or between those and scratch it, you know, it could drip. So I always do it as long as the customer is good with it and they want that kind of fix. Like I said, especially if you have a cartridge you cannot find a replacement for, that is a good option, as long as leaking from the stem is your only issue. So anyway, hope that helps.